Have you ever sat and watched a DVD logo bounce around waiting with your friends for it to perfectly hit the corner? Have you ever gotten extremely emotionally invested in badly drawn MS Paint characters? I have. Horse race tests has recently taken the internet by storm, with thousands of people screaming in the comments and quotes of each race, celebrating the victory of their favorite horse or lamenting yet another loss for their beloved colored blob. If you've been on Twitter at all in the last month, there's a good chance you've run into these. Videos of crudely drawn little creatures bouncing around an MS Paint environment, or even fan art of the horses depicted as anime girls or athletes, or athletic horse anime girls. A Twitter account by the name Snakes Andrews has been releasing daily videos of various colored horses bouncing around so-called race tracks, with the winner being whoever grabs the carrots placed on the track. It's one part DVD logo corner watching, and one part rabid, highly competitive and creative fanbase. The main draw of horse race tests is guessing which horse will win, and forming an irrational, emotional connection to your favorite horse. The first horse race test was uploaded on April 1st and featured no sound or music, and a plain white background. It only had 4 horses, and unlike later races, they were all the same shape and had the same face. They also move quite a bit faster than later races. Early comments on this first race are mostly people screaming about Blue and congratulating his victory, but the commenters have yet to begin ascribing personality to the horses in this early stage of the game. On April 2nd, the next race was posted, and this time includes most of the core cast of characters, adding cyan, orange, and gray horses to the race, as well as making the track easier to look at by adding a gradient to it. It also added small collision noises to the horses. The yellow horse is way faster than all the other horses for some reason. Just when it seems like Cyan would win, Yellow speeds in and steals it. This is also the first race that has the traditional race end screen. However, unfortunately for Yellow, the end music and name of the winning horse were not included in the race, so Yellow is still just called Yellow. The comments on this race are mostly people saying which horse they were rooting for, or talking about how they gambled their life savings on a specific horse and lost. Many comments are people pretending to have just bet their life savings on a losing horse. The next day, the third horse race test went live. This time, the only changes being that some of the horses' faces have changed, and Yellow isn't way faster than all the other horses. This also marks the first victory for the orange horse. The comments on this race include the first allegations that Orange is using performance-enhancing drugs, and also a solid contingent of Cyan supporters rooting for him. People have started really getting into this at this point, and are taking their favorite horses' performances extremely seriously. April 4th, the fourth horse race test. The horses now display their win-loss ratios below them. The track has been very mildly altered for this race, just a bit of variety. Not a whole lot going on in the comments and quote tweets on this race, just more of the same. A few people suggest more horses to add. Horse Race Test 5 adds a weird, hissing, creepy announcer voice telling you to place your bets. Also, all the horses have realistic neighing and whinnying noises on collision. I don't like it. Nobody liked it. It's gone in the next race. The comments and quote tweets have some of the first fan art of the series, but mostly people talking about how bad they want Cyan to win. I also want Cyan to win. I'm wearing the Cyanist apparel I own. Test 6 adds the final version of the voice and gets rid of the neighing to add the collision sounds we all know and love. This is also the first 2-part race, with the horses doing absolutely nothing for the first 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and the race needing to be finished in a second video. The orange horse takes the win, and for the first time, the victory music plays, and the victory screen displays a name. Jovial Merriment. The first named horse, and a name that will go down in history as the greatest of all time. April 6th also marks the creator of the series posting some of the DMs he's gotten about the series. Mostly people trying to bribe or intimidate him into letting Cyan win a race. If only he'd listened. No race test on the 7th, so on April 8th we have Test 7. However, the tests are no longer numerically labeled, instead being strings of letters and numbers. Also, this race debuts each of the horses having a slightly different shape. Most notably in this race is White's upturned ear, which is also interpreted as a unicorn horn sometimes. This specific race is between the 3 horses that had yet to win a race, White, Brown, and Cyan. White and Cyan just kind of hang out and did a whole lot of nothing near the entrance for the whole race. Brown wins and gets his name, Doorknob. Very cute. Despite clearly being the most popular horse and winning the poll predicting who would win, Cyan still just can't seem to get his shit together and win. The Cyan community begins to become more and more distraught and upset. They always draw Cyan as sad. We also get the first fan art of Crucified Cyan. There will be more. We also get the first fan art of the horses making out. There will be more. More Cyan enthusiasts blackmailing and begging for rigged Cyan victories in the creator's DMs. April 9th, another three-way race between the new version of Cyan, Doorknob, and White. The horses' eyes move now and look to where they're heading, so that's nice. The track is slightly different as well. Doorknob wins again. I didn't realize I was actually drinking the Cyan wine. Talking about the Cyan drama and the Cyan lore and the Cyan art. Wow. Truly. What a spectacular coincidence this is. This video brought to you by Barefoot Moscato. Buy it at your local Jewel Osco when it's on sale for $3.25 a box. Because I sure did. The comments on this race feature the first instance of the "I bet on losing dogs" meme featuring Cyan. This will become a slogan of the Cyan fans. Lots of angry and sad Cyan fan art today. April 10th, new map and all the other horses are back with all new hitboxes. This time the race is Jovial Merriment, Doorknob, Gray, Blue, and Yellow. Jovial Merriment absolutely crushes this race. The comments are full of Jovial stands. You're going to be seeing a lot of orange basketball horse edits, as well as the first instance of this classic Jovial fan cam.
Whether you like him or don't like him, there's nothing you can do about it because he's number one. Look, I be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip. Same old attitude, but I'm on that new shit. They say they gon' ride me, see me never do shit, cause they know that's the reason they gon' end up on the news clip. Audemars on my wrist, bust down. We popping bottles like I scored a winning touchdown. Remember me dead broke, look at me up now. I run my city first, I'm feeling back to uptown. Thank God, all these bottles I pop, all the paper I've been getting, all these models I pop. I done told 100,000 for my album got dropped, and I'm only 23. I'm the shit, now look at me, look at me.
On April 11th, we have another 5-horse race. Insane performance from Blue Horse. He rushes all the way to the goal, heads back to the rest of the horses, and then immediately back to the carrots for the win. We also finally learn his name, Bulletin Board. We like Bulletin Board. Everyone is mad at the Gray Horse for getting stuck in the fight pit at the start of the race for the entire race, basically. April 12th, or E1M3T3, whatever that means. Jovial wins again. The doping allegations surrounding Jovial Merriment are getting really intense at this point. A fan has started a spreadsheet, and Jovial has a 50% win rate, which is insane for only 8 races. Many people are saying that not betting on Jovial is just shoveling money into a furnace at this point, which is fair. Jovial stands are going insane while everybody else begins to slowly hate him. The community is still worried about not having seen Cyan in a few days, but nobody's that concerned. Yellow fans are starting to crack under the pressure of not having won another race yet. April 13th, my birthday, and the beginning of the end. White versus Cyan. 1-on-1. Brand new map. It's incredibly sterile. All boxes and right angles. 2 minutes and 6 seconds of White and Cyan bouncing around in boxes. The race isn't over. Stay tuned. 15 minutes later, at 11:26, part 2 of the race goes live. Another 2 minutes and 6 seconds of furious competition between Cyan and White, racing for their fucking lives. At the end, yet again, stay tuned. 5 minutes later, Mr. Horse Race Test posts. My girlfriend wants to go on a date today, so I'm going to do that while it's still sunny outside. I'll post the remainder of the race when I have time for it later today. I hope you all go outside and get some vitamin D. Stay safe, don't commit suicide, don't hurt animals. 8 hours later, we still have no resolution to the race. He posts pics of them on their date. He's taunting us. Finally, close to 9 p.m., nearly 10 hours later, part 3. 2 minutes and 10 seconds of the horses bumping around fighting for survival. No winner, no stay tuned. Fans begin to make fan art of White and Cyan together. They refuse to finish the race because they want to be together forever. They're in love, but they can only be together on the track. So as long as they never finish the race, they can stay together forever. A lot of horse lesbian fan art is drawn. Everyone that isn't making gay fan art of the MS Paint horses kissing is incredibly frustrated that nothing has happened and we have waited 10 hours for nothing to happen. No post on the 14th. Horse Race Testman is using it to work on maps and the game itself and shit for his real life, no big deal. April 15th, another race, everybody's there except for White and Cyan. Yellow actively assisting Jovial here, bumping him directly into the winning chamber. Another Fire Jovial edit is made to celebrate. More calls to drug test Jovial, especially after winning this race in under a minute. Fans are saying White and Cyan have been banished to the back rooms. This is foreshadowing. April 16th, E1M5T2. 7 horses enter. Jovial Merriment spends the entire race in the starting zone. The gray horse spends the entire race dancing around the carrot before finally claiming his first victory. The gray horse fans, long forgotten, finally know the name of their champion. Downtown Skybox. He will never be relevant again. People are saying that Jovial threw the race on purpose to throw off the steroid allegations. The anime edits start really ramping up too, specifically the Jujutsu Kaisen edits. Jovial haters are really soaking this one in, since it might be their only chance to see Jovial actually lose a race for a while. There are a few Downtown Skybox designs and edits, but they're all pretty meh. Which tracks, since Downtown Skybox is one of the lowest tier horses. April 17th. One of the newer horses, the red one, wins. His name is Resolute Mind Afternoon, which is pretty cool. The name is pretty out there, but it's definitely a vibe and I support it. Jovial haters rejoice yet again, but it doesn't seem like Resolute Mind actually had fans or supporters of his own, perhaps as a consequence of being added late after most fans had already emotionally attached to one of the horses. Personally, I felt like I was being attacked by the creator here, since we still don't know where Cyan is or how his solo race versus White ended. It's been 4 days! On April 18th, we finally get an end to the White versus Cyan race. After 4 straight days of racing, White wins and claims the carrots, and his name, Superstitional Realism. A hefty, ominous name. A hint, perhaps, at the dark times to come. Horse Test Guy is spamming suicide prevention links in the comments to the myriad of people saying they're going to kill themselves over Cyan losing yet another race. Lots and lots of sad Cyan fan art. He doesn't even get a name. April 19th, back to the main races. Superstitional Realism has joined all the other competitors. But what of our dear Cyan? Jovial Merriment wins again. Truly he is the horse of all time. Secretariat of the horse race tests. Unstoppable. Dominant, the most powerful horse to ever race. More Jovial edits, more yellow fans coping, more Jovial doping allegations. The first major Umemusume edit drops, and it's pretty fucking good. Also, major Jovial X Yellow lesbian fan art, and the iconic Lumpy Touch animation. Because obviously Jovial is a maximum level threat that requires multiple horses just to hold him back before he gets ahead and wins anyways. April 20th. The gang's all here. Except Cyan. The map is much more spiky than last time. In the first part of the race, Doorknob and Jovial Merriment make it to the final zone, and then we cut to part 2 where Jovial wins, as per usual. Then, after the race, we cut to a sad Cyan. Alone in an empty arena, no obstacles, no horses, just dead center carrots. When he takes the carrots, however, he doesn't receive a name as usual. Instead, the name placard just says Cyan, which to me says that this wasn't a real race and he didn't actually win anything. Lots more sad Cyan art. Lots and lots of sad Cyan fan art. Actually, the main exports of the Cyan fanbase are tears and homosexuality. No race on the 21st. Everyone just kind of copes with the fact that Cyan's been banished to horse purgatory, and Jovial is going to keep winning every race forever, no matter what. Then on April 22nd, we have a very interesting race. All of the other horses are gone, and in their places are 7 horses? They look even less like horses than the regular horses do. The music is also different, very creepy and fucked up. The horse that was labeled C7C and just happens to look an awful lot like Superstitional Realism takes the lead pretty quickly and finishes out the race for us to hear the nightmare version of the victory theme. It's a very horror movie, and of course the victory title screen shows a stretched, corrupted version of the horse JPEG, and we learn that this horse's name is a mysterious figure. Now, immediately everyone is shocked. Did the dumb, bouncing, horse JPEG racing, fake gambling game just turn into an alternate reality horror series? Yeah, it totally did. Now, some people are of the opinion that each of the nightmare horses represents one of the real main horses. Personally, I believe that Cyan has been sent to hell or some sort of punishment shadow dimension, possibly as a result of the pressure of being the fan favorite horse despite never winning a single race. Other fans believe this represents some sort of internal training arc where Cyan faces her demons and gets stronger so she can return to the main races and win. Essentially, they believe this is a figment of Cyan's imagination and that it will end, she'll rejoin the races stronger than before, and hopefully get her name. I think Cyan has actually been sent to some sort of prison realm or purgatory by the weight of her failures, and these creatures are actually trying to win races in order to escape and take her place / take over her body. April 23rd, a new race, a new track. However, it looks just like the one that Cyan and Superstitional Realism raced on in their 1v1. The race is interrupted only 40 seconds in by a second Nightmare Realm race. This time, the structures in the realm are a bit thicker and the walls are more textured, almost like it's becoming more solid, more real. This time, the one that looks like a fucked up version of Cyan herself wins. It's got an even more borked victory screen than a mysterious stranger, and notably, there's no victory music, just white noise. Its name is Garbage Bin. About an hour later, part 2 of the main horse race is uploaded, and as usual, it's a complete Jovial merriment sweep. Meanwhile, the comments and quotes are realizing that the Cyan subplot is actually really fucked up and won't be ending anytime soon. A lot of people are also asking, where exactly is Superstitional Realism? Jovial stands celebrate as per usual, but now we also have a solid contingent of Pink appreciators making art of Pink and yelling at her for not winning, which is fun. I like that everybody depicts her as kinda dumb. April 24th, another purgatory race. This time the map is slightly different and has a strange hazy wave effect before the race starts. This time the darkest color horse wins, and the victory music is really fucking weird. The horse is also the same color as the last two on the victory screen, but it has all manner of weird spindly bits coming off him in all directions. His name is Nighttime Knifemare. God damn, does that go hard. What an insane name. Very scary. After that race, we cut to a second race, this one taking place on a track we've never seen before. A sort of blue-yellow gradient cave, with our missing horse, Superstitional Realism, racing against a mysterious figure. Perhaps he's coming to save Cyan from the nightmare purgatory dimension. Because of how badly laid out the arena is, this race becomes a 3-parter. Superstitional Realism wins, which instead of a victory screen, reveals another racetrack. But this time, it's every nightmare horse that has won a race, as well as Superstitional Realism and Jovial Merriment. Superstitional Realism just raced a mysterious figure to gain entry to the hell realm that Cyan is trapped in. They are dating, and she is fighting to save her stupid gay horse girlfriend. And Jovial Merriment, the so far villain of most people's horse races, has arrived to help her. We all owe Jovial Merriment an apology. She isn't just here to fuck her girlfriend on the track and win over and over and over and over again until we're all sick of her winning. She is a goddamn hero, and in this house, we respect Jovial Merriment. When it mattered most, she came to save Cyan, the fastest horse alive, the greatest to ever do it, stepping in to save Cyan, who doesn't even have a name yet. Almost every single Jovial Merriment hater stops hating on Jovial in this moment, accepting that she has the best possible chance out of anyone of saving Cyan. 1,000 edits of Jovial Merriment and Superstitional Realism as Goku and Frieza, Goku and Vegeta, Goku and Piccolo, Yuji and Toto, Shadow and Sonic, and various other characters. Also, April 24th, we get another race of all the other horses on the same track as before, but a bit more weathered and with different colors. This time it's just Resolute Mind Afternoon, Bulletin Board, Downtown Skybox, Yellow, Doorknob, and Pink racing. Instead of carrots this time, it's an apple. Pink, for once, actually locks in. She earns her name, Comely Material Morning, and the core, dedicated Pink fans are overjoyed. They realized she just didn't like carrots. April 25th, Snakes Andrews posts a still of the track from the last video, asking if you're on Team Merry Realism or Team Mysterious Garbage Nightmare. Pretty much everyone is Team Merry Realism, of course. Everybody wants Cyan back for her to be happy and win a race and get her name. Many people on the outside of the fan base looking in are incredibly confused. Lots of people are asking, what the fuck is horse race tests even about? What is happening in horse race tests? It's a lot of fun. The final race begins. The carrots are Cyan, Jovial Merriment, and Superstitional Realism versus the Nightmare Horse creatures. Jovial and Superstitional spend most of the first part getting stuck in the start area and then some small little corners. The track isn't really conducive to Jovial's increased height, and Superstitional keeps getting caught in the top right merry-go-round circle. Eventually, Jovial Merriment and Superstitional Realism lose to the Nightmare Horse Munculuses. They spend all their time trapped in little caves in the corners, while Garbage Bin went up and around the map to get to the goal. There is no victory screen, and after the start of Garbage Bin's theme, the screen shatters and we get the credits, followed by a thank you for watching and a trophy. It is so over. It has never been more over than it is in this moment. It's so fucking over. The power of friendship, teamwork, love was nothing in the face of the eldritch horror horses from the Torment dimension. Cue lots of fan art of the horses completely fucked up and art of Garbage Bin as like this fucked up nightmare creature winning. Cyan is lost forever, subsumed by the nightmares. Some of the fans upload comics of Yellow waiting for Jovial to return, only for the other horses to ask who that is. Jovial gets removed from the Twitter page's banner, and there's now lots of fan art pretending that Jovial and Superstitional never existed in the first place, which of course is the natural consequence of being defeated in horse hell. Lots of sad horse edits, lots of End of Evangelion memes. Many people are coping and theorizing that Garbage Bin winning actually means that Cyan won her first race. No, that's not how it works. That's not true. It's not how it works. I strongly disagree. I think that the horror horses are demons that have trapped her in horse purgatory. And now that the horse race tests are over, she's trapped forever. This is also clearly backed up by Jovial being removed from the banner. Erased, as though she were never there. So over the course of 25 days, Snakes Andrews managed to create a rabidly creative fan base around poorly drawn horses bouncing arbitrarily around an MS Paint racetrack. The fans supplied all the lore and story arcs, and all he had to do was feed into it. A true masterpiece of collaborative storytelling. Imagine telling someone that some colored little blobs bouncing around had hype moments, romance, and a horror plot. But until we see some sort of horse race test part 2, or horse race tests is the real tests, not just tests, it's over. Like, the story is done. This is where we stand. So yeah, it's so over. We've lost. We bet on losing horses. Now we're all gonna die.
My baby